lovelies. I've got an important message for you guys that is just coming in right now. It's about soul connections. It's about how we come across soul connections to trigger us, usually into healing, into growth, into expansion. And this means that people are going to cross your path that are going to light a fire in you. And sometimes it might feel like a negative thing. You know, they prodded the bear or whatever. They pushed a button. They struck a nerve, right? Or they just said something that triggered you to have a really intense emotion that you need to look at. And especially because I'm leading this collective, like it's my job to reflect that to you guys, even when it's not comfortable, even when it challenges me greatly. And part of this message has to do with somebody's comment, right? Somebody's exchange with me. Somebody that found me through my channels. So it's uncomfortable because they're probably watching, and it's like I'm not trying to call anyone out. However, it's also important for me to share this with the collective because this might be something that you come across. The reason why things happen to me first and I bring it to you is because I'm supposed to experience it first, give you a heads up, give you the rundown. And I've been sharing a lot of these messages about this big influx that's coming in, all right? A big wave of abundance and opportunity that's about to head into your life. But along with that is going to come some other challenges, such as the one that I'm talking about now. Other people might try to take credit for what you're doing. They might try to hinge their wagon to what you're doing, and it might seem offensive, right? It might feel like somebody is taking from you something that you've worked really hard for. But just, so be mindful, first of all, about where you give credit, how you allow people to interact with you, about your boundaries and your sense of self-worth and self-empowerment. You know, only you know what you've struggled, what you've sacrificed, what you've been through to get here. Only you know that. It's up to you to represent that. It's up to you to withhold that. It's up to you to have integrity and have self-honor, self-respect, while also respecting others. But boundaries are key, okay? When we talk about this influx of energies coming in, well, God's been testing me in smaller doses, sending me people that want to interact outside of the platform, that, you know, that have very personal things to share with me. And it's like I've been walking this fine line of like, you know, what's over giving, what's over extending, what's, you know, not appropriate in this particular setting. But it's like we're being tested early because we're going to need it. When the big groups, throngs of people start coming in and you suddenly go from, you know, a handful of comments to like a couple hundred comments or whatever it is, right? That you have to suddenly deal with. And on top of everything else, right, that's happening behind the scenes. You're going to have to alter the way that you interact. You're going to have to, in fact, start implementing things now so you don't burn out, so you don't end up overextending, so you don't end up letting other people hitch their wagon to you unknowingly, not realizing, you know, because the thing is we get excited, right? When people come in and want to support us after we haven't been supported for a long time. It feels nice, but it's also the reason why people show up and, you know, message you privately or show up in other ways. They're testing you. And the thing is, these probably are soul connections, right? It's like a lot of these people, we do know each other from past lives, but we don't know what the karma was from that past life. We don't know who they are to us now. And as leaders, we're meant to activate these people, right? That's what we're doing. And I've had people reach out to me and tell me, you know, and all the love if you're watching, that they think I'm their twin flame and, you know, and this stuff. And it's like, I know that this is part of my path. It doesn't trigger me because I know that this is part of it. We're supposed to trigger people. We're supposed to trigger them, whether it's positive or negative, it doesn't matter. Whether they're sending you love notes, you know, whether they're telling you really intimate secrets about themselves, or whether they're bashing you and, you know, trying to tear you down. It's like, we're triggering people. That's our job. So just remember that when people reach out to you, you know, through other avenues, trying to engage with you, there's something really beautiful about it, right? And very personal and intimate, and I love that. But maintaining healthy boundaries and defending what is yours and really standing in a self-honoring, self-respecting manner while also respecting everyone else is going to be key, paramount, I heard, to your growth and success and stability in the future. So if people are starting to sidle in and kind of take credit for things, you know, in whatever way, it's going to show up. It's going to show up in a lot of ways. People that you've known from the past, you know, especially, but it's also going to be random strangers. And again, these are probably soul ties, right, from other lives. So they feel this connection with you for a reason. It doesn't come out of nowhere. So you have to have compassion with it and recognize this is part of it. This is part of your job, is leading this collective. If you're in my collective, you are going to be leading your own if you're not already. So I am going to pause here because of this noise, but I just want to, yeah, in fact, I'm just going to wrap it up. I love you. I love all of you. Whether I shouted you out or not, just know that you're welcome here. This is part of it. We're going to trigger each other. This is part of it. This is the path, right? To healing and expansion. So embrace it. Have some humility, have some gratitude, and definitely have boundaries and self-respect. Okay? All right. I'll see you next time.